We have been told that the best way to get to the bottom of an issue was to follow the money trail. Is someone doing something they are not supposed to be doing? Follow the money trail. Is there some activity not quite attaining our standards or expectations? Follow the money trail. The money trail does not lie, cheat, or throw up smoke screens. It is no coincidence that most of the money trails end in Washington, D.C. It is not happenstance that most lobbyists, political action groups, nonprofits, and think tanks are swimming around the Beltway in a pecuniary frenzy, hoping to employ that money to achieve beneficial outcomes to their plans, plots, schemes, and strategies. Our career politicians are the pawns these influence peddlers use to attain their desired objectives. The career politicians would not be as susceptible to all of this pressure if they were not worried about being reelected every 2 or 6 years to another term. Remove the vulnerable politicians and you remove the incentive to spend money on influence and perhaps to allocate that money to more constructive, beneficial projects. This fear of being unelected engenders this spineless response toward criticizing members of their own party who advance ideas that are morally bankrupt or just plain detrimental to the well-being of American citizens. Our forefathers who conceived our Constitution did not intend our representatives to become career politicians whose solutions and thinking had calcified during the previous decades. Their anachronistic responses and inflexible analyses have been unable to keep pace with a changing environment. Furthermore, young politicians become fearful of criticizing the older veterans or running afoul of their re-election support. After enduring the above ramblings, we can surmise that the problems beg for a solution. In other words, we have problems begging for resolution instead of politicians begging for contributions. One roadmap to resolution would be term limits. One 8-year term that would prohibit consecutive terms would be an improvement over today's provisions. We could not expect the career politicians to shoot themselves in the foot, so a vehicle such as a national referendum would be necessary to institute the changes that would end the golden goose institution for the career politician. Hopefully, our referendum would not create welfare rolls for unemployed politicians.